Hey tribe, we are live. Just bear with me here, just getting everything set up here. And let me see. What I might do. Okay. Sorry about this. Maybe I will bring up there. I might use this as a little screen. I might share the screen and kind of use that as a screen once we kind of get rocking and rolling here on what we're going to do today. Or for the next like 20 minutes. This is probably not, if you're going to do this from start to finish, this will probably take maybe around 15 to 20 minutes of your time. So what we're going to do is grab a notebook. I'll put this one in here so it's not so cluttery. Grab a notebook. So, and a handy dandy pen, and turn to an empty page of a notebook. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill out this whole front page and the back page. This is why it takes maybe 15, 20 minutes to do this. And you're going to choose, I'm going to give you the affirmation. Now you can alter the affirmation if you want to, but there's only one rule I want you to do. Okay. The only rule I want you to do is you don't have to say exactly what I say, but there is one rule. What is the rule, Chad? The one rule is you have to put your name in the affirmation. Okay, that's one rule. Now, when I started kind of doing this, and I've done this before, but I've never kind of kept up with it. But when I always have like put my name inside the affirmation, no matter how strong the affirmation was, I always felt like it was more powerful when you actually, it almost feels like you're speaking to yourself, right? I mean, this is stronger than I am statements, just in my opinion. Like when you use I am statements, like I am rich, I am healthy, there's power with I am, but there's also so much power to actually saying your name. And you can attach both to this. You can have an I am statement wrapped around your name, where my name is Chad Napier and I am rich and healthy. Okay. No matter what you want to say. Now I'll give you what we're going to write down, what I'm actually going to write down, but you can kind of blend the two. But what I found was before we get to this a little bit, let's talk about this for a second, because sometimes when we kind of talk to ourselves or attach our name to something, okay, sometimes we can feel awkward about it. You know what I mean? Like we can feel, it makes us feel, I don't know the feeling we feel like when you say something like my name is Chad Napier and I'm wealthy. That you might feel weird saying that. Okay. You might feel awkward saying it. You might feel this little weird energy saying that. Okay. And when you feel that way, what that should tell you is you need to repeat it over and over and over because you don't feel normal around it yet. Okay. Listen, to get manifesting to work, you need to feel normal around it. You need to feel normal around your lifestyle. Okay. You need to feel normal around things that you're saying. Okay. When you don't feel normal about it, you're basically saying, like, that's not true. Okay. That's why you want to repeat this stuff. That's why we're kind of doing the writing exercise, is you're repeating something over and over and over and over and over. And we're blending in, writing, which writing has a lot of power to what you want, what you say you want. Okay. Now, what I'm going to write is I am Chad Napier and only great things happen to me. And this is an affirmation that it's easy to say. It's easy to say throughout your whole day to yourself. Okay. It's not something you say once in the morning and that's it. This is an affirmation. It's so easy to say, but it's powerful. Listen, my name is Chad Napier and only great things happen to me, but you put your name to it. You don't just say my name, you put your name to it. So other than that, let's kind of get rocking and rolling. And that's what we're going to write over and over and over. Now, let me give you some variations here for a second. You can sit there and say, "My name is Chad Napier, and only great things happen to me." You can sit there and say, "My name is Chad Napier, and everything works out in my favor." You understand? You can sit there and say, "My name is Chad Napier, and everything always works out for me." You can say, "My name is Chad Napier, and only great things happen to me." I mean, you can switch it up. You can kind of write it how you want to write it. But again, like I said, the only rule is you got to put your name to it. So, other than that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen here, and that way people know kind of what we're doing. There. Okay, now you can see me and you can see the affirmation, and we're going to write this over and over and over. So that way when people jump on, they see me writing, they'll be like, "I know what Chad is doing." And I'll sometimes I'll when I go live with these, sometimes I go public just because I try to introduce it, what we're doing, and you can do this on your own time, of course. So let's begin. And the only way I won't go public with this, like it will just be a live stream and that's it, is sometimes we got sometimes music plays in the background that I can't control and stuff like that. So if something happens, that happens. I can go live. I just can't go public with the video. But other than that, let's rock and roll. And let's write this down. So what I'm gonna actually write is, "My name is Chad Napier, and only great things happen to me." So let me get this mic. Okay, so you see how I wrote it, and maybe you won't be able to see it because I shared the screen, but I only took up one line. I'm not writing ginormous like we're in elementary school. Okay. I know some of you out there, you're trying to be tricky with me. It's like, "Chad, okay, I'm gonna write this until I cover everything, but I'm gonna write it so big. I'm writing it so it covers up like 4 lines. So that way I don't have to that way I'm done like in 3 minutes." Okay. The thing is that there's power in writing something over and over and over and over and over, because when you write something over and over and over and over and over, at a certain point, your mind just kind of shuts off and you're just writing it. You're writing it without even thinking about it. You're kind of writing it more subconsciously, and your subconscious mind actually accepts what you're actually writing, what you're actually saying to yourself. So if you're just jumping on here, we're doing a writing exercise. The only rule I have is attach your name to the affirmation you're writing it over and over and over. But other than that, let's get rock and rolling. If not, this is going to take me hours to do. And by the way, if you have questions, you can jump on the chat. Just give me a second. Sometimes I'm looking down, but I will look up from time to time and see if someone's jumped on the chat or something like that. And I don't want to put my handy dandy glasses on. For whatever reason, my eyes are sleepy and a little bit blurry. Okay. See, I don't even have half a page yet. Check my phone. Let me turn this down. Okay, let me see. I got half a page. I'm 25% done. Okay. You do get a cramp in your hand when you're writing something over and over and over. So about 3/4 of the way down on the first page. Remember, we're doing this page and we're doing this one. So front and back, then we are done. So again, if you're just jumping on here, the only rule is pick an affirmation and add your name to the affirmation. Okay, we're almost done. Almost done. Maybe 5 more minutes. I'll be on the back page. Okay, I'm done with the first page. One more page to go. And as I'm taking a little break here, let me stop sharing the screen here. There. I'll bring the screen back here in a second while we're taking a little break. While I'm taking a hand break, is is writing affirmations or even writing your intention, what you want over and over and over and over and over is crazy. I was gonna say popular, but crazy powerful. Okay. Because for one, I mean, I think we all know this, but we don't do it. We all know writing has power, bringing out a pencil, a pen, and writing something over and over and over. Even writing down your goal, even in success, they got stats on this, guys. This is even proven scientifically is that what you write down, the more than likely happen to you. Okay. And you're more likely to achieve what you actually write down. That's why writing has power. Okay. But we're doing it in a manifesting sense, meaning that you're writing down your intention, you're writing down an affirmation. So when you're writing down your intention, you're writing down something you want, it has to happen to you. Okay. Or the likelihood for it to happen ultra increases, my friends. Okay. Even though I'm not looking at the camera's up here. Okay. So we're just combining, we're just combining many things when we do this. Okay. So, like, we know all this stuff. We know what to do. We just don't do it because we're lazy. I mean, sometimes you just have to be honest with yourself. Uh, so again, I am writing. My name is Chad Napier, and only great things happen to me. And this is something I kind of been saying to myself for a while now. And this is something easy. Like you kind of have to pick an affirmation. Like for me, like affirmation, I can see money. You see money's feet in the corner of the bedroom here. Um, it's not like I've always struggled with affirmations. You understand? Like for me, like I tend to say affirmations only when like I'm in that weird, funky state. You know what I mean? Maybe my mind drifts in negativeville. So I'll have affirmations I say to kind of push me back. Maybe you get nervous and worried about spending money. So you have when you feel worried about spending money, you have affirmations you say around that. So you're not really saying the same thing over and over and over and over all through the day. You're really kind of picking and choosing what you're saying. But with this type of affirmation we're doing, this is something you can just say all day long throughout the whole day. Okay. Sometimes I'll go to sleep in that state, saying to myself over and over and over, my name's Chad Napier, and only great things happen to me. My name is Chad Napier, and everything works out in my favor. My name is Chad Napier, and abundance is all around me. Opportunities come to me like flies on shit. You understand? Like you got to talk like that to yourself, and you got to talk like that to yourself until it feels like I said, until it feels normal for you. You understand? Because when it feels normal for you, you tend to believe it. Okay, and when you actually believe it, that's when it comes to you. So again, since I took my little pause here, my little break, let's get rocking. My name is Chad Napier, and only great things happen to me. Let's write another one. My name is Chad Napier, and everything always works in my favor. Okay. Okay. I know this is a boring live stream, but we are doing a writing exercise. So the only rule is add your name to the affirmation. Add your name to your intention. Like my name is Chad Napier, and only great things happen to me. So add your name to it because this is so powerful. Whew. I am done. Okay, so I filled up this page. So I did 2 pages. And sometimes what I do, like when I do these writing exercises, it kind of depends on my mood. I was just kind of in the mood on the second page is like when I write, my name is Chad Napier, only great things happen to me. I'll write it like many times. Then all of a sudden I'll write some gratitude in there. I'll say thank you, thank you, thank you. Or sometimes I'll say thank you, Father, thank you, Father, thank you, Father. Then I'll go back to writing that affirmation of my name is Chad Napier and only great things happen to me. My name is Chad Napier. And what other ones that everything always works out in my favor. Okay. So so we're done with that. So usually what I do is just kind of do this one, then we are done. Okay, we are done for the day on this writing exercise. And like I said, if you just jump it on here, is to kind of put your affirmation on steroids a little bit. is add your name to it. Okay. Because it really, and when you add your name to something, it's really like you're talking to yourself. Or sometimes when we say like I am this, sometimes that has a lot of power because I am comes from source. Okay, that's why it's so powerful. You're stating an I am statement, what you really are. Okay. But also when you're actually stating your name, you're stating your name, sometimes it almost brings a whole nother flavor to it. It brings a whole nother, like you really put your when you put your name to it. Let me get this notification off here. I mean, to me, when you're kind of mixing the two, it makes it ultra powerful. Okay. And like I said in the beginning, sometimes we want to do this. We want to do this over and over and over and over and over because lots of times when you say, I am powerful, I am abundant, I am rich, sometimes that you have those little deep thinking that, well, this isn't true. You know what I mean? And sometimes when we say, my name is Chad Napier, and only great things happen to me, sometimes you feel weird. Sometimes you feel weird talking to yourself like this. So when you feel weird talking to yourself like this, you got to do this over and over and over and over and over when this is your new normal. You understand? Is when you feel normal around something. Listen, guys, when you start feeling normal that you always get what you want, that's when it comes. When you start feeling normal around abundance, that's when more abundance comes to you. When you start feeling normal around wealth and money, that's when wealth and money comes to you more because you feel normal around it. You're not overthinking it. You're not going either way. You just feel normal. You just is that deeper sense in you, like everything's always going to work out. Okay. That's why we're saying that's why this affirmation we did today is so powerful. But anyway, tribe, I don't want to be on here forever. How long? Well, it's been 30 minutes. So I just want to pop on here, do this exercise and stuff like that. And I got a lot of stuff to do today, get done, but I just wanted to pop on here, do this exercise with you guys. I wanted to do it. So I thought, jump on here and share the experience with everybody. But anyway, tribe, remember, I love you guys, and I will see you. I'm going to try to go live tomorrow. So I will see you tomorrow on another live stream. Peace out. And let me figure out how to shut this bad boy off because YouTube keeps on updating and moving options around. But anyway, if you're just jumping on, we just got done with the exercise. And do the exercise is, write the affirmation over and over, but put your name to it. Like, my name is Chad Napier. Only great things happen to me. Okay. Either say this over and over and over, or sit down and write this bad boy out. Other than that, peace out. I found it. Okay. See you later.